friends, it's Melissa from Hair by Melissa Novak out of Charles Morris Salon, and today I want to talk about the difference between a French braid and a Dutch braid. So if you're like me, you're getting kind of sick and tired of wearing your hair in a ponytail every single day. You might be noticing some breakage around your hairline from wearing your hair in a ponytail all the time. If you're anything like me, I suffer from headaches, so I don't wear my hair in a ponytail quite often, just because I don't like the way it sits and feels. So I do braid my hair quite often. It's another alternative if you're trying to avoid heat styling, curling your hair, get your hair a little bit healthier. Braiding is a great alternative. It's good for kids, it's good for adults. You can do like a wet to dry look. So if you are just freshly washed and you dry your hair and do a braid and go to bed and sleep, and then in the next morning you wake up and you undo it and you can have a nice textured wavy look, so it looks like you curled your hair and you didn't do any of that. So if you can master braiding, you can do a lot of different things. So let me start by introducing my model. Her name is Vanessa. Welcome, Vanessa. So I did the two different braids. So I have your typical French braid on this side and then your Dutch braid on this side. So they're both done almost exactly the same. With the French braid, the pieces are going to go over each section into the braid. So the braid is actually underneath, sitting on the scalp, and this braid is a little bit tighter, a little bit sleeker. You can get multiple days out of this braid. It's great for kids. This is what I do on my kids almost every day. They're prone to knotty, matty hair. They're both fine texture and very curly hair. So we do a lot of braiding on the kids. Now this side is a little bit more fun. It's a little bit more stylish, more trendy. So this braid starts with 3 pieces like the French braid, but you're going under each section to expose the braid. And it's a little bit funner when you're all done. You can pull out some of the pieces, make it fuller, bring it out, make it really textured. So I use this a lot in my updos, my formal styling. It's just a really fun way to dress the hair up. And if you do have finer hair, doing a Dutch braid brings out a little bit more fullness. So that would be a great braid for you. Make your hair look a lot thicker and fuller. So I recommend a brush, a comb, some clips, dry shampoo if you need extra texture and volume to the hair, and you can always accessorize with braids. So highly recommend some hair accessories to dress it up. One other thing I like to do for beginners, if you're starting with braiding for the first time, I would recommend don't start by adding any hair to it. Just start with your section of hair, and you're just going to use 3 pieces. Okay, and you're going to practice with just these 3 pieces going all the way down to the bottom. So for a Dutch braid, you're going to go, actually let me tell you a little bit. So I'm going to reference these as sections. So you have the top section, the middle section, and the bottom section. So what you're going to do for a Dutch braid is you're going to take your top section and go under and in the middle, and then you're going to bring the bottom section under and in the middle, and the top section goes under and in the middle, and the bottom section goes under and in the middle until you complete the whole strand. So for beginners, this is where I would start. Until you're confident enough to do 3 strands all the way down to the bottom with no hiccups, then you can start adding hair to it. Okay, so I also recommend starting with a section of hair versus the entire head, or doing 2 pigtails like I have demonstrated on Vanessa. That can be a little bit trickier. So what I would do is section the front from the back. So you can see I have this section here, and this is where your clip is going to come into handy, and we're going to section this off like that. I have some short bangs, so if you have bangs, I would recommend combing those out along your hairline. And I don't have another clip, so I'm just going to kind of push them out of my way so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, and now you have your section of hair. Make sure it's brushed first. Get all those tangles out so it's a lot easier for you to do. And we're going to start with a small section of hair at the top. We're going to split the 2 sections, split the section into 3, and you have your top, your bottom, and your middle. Okay, So whatever side you can start with either the top section or the bottom. Just if you're going to do the same thing on the other side, make sure you start with that same section. So I'm going to start with the top section, and I'm going to go under and in the middle. The bottom section goes under and in the middle. And now I'm going to start to add hair to the top. So grab a piece of hair to the top section, and it's going to go under and in the middle. Switch your hands, grab a piece of hair to the bottom section. You're going to go under and in the middle. Okay, grab a piece of hair, add it to that top section, and you're going to go under and in the middle. Switch hands, grab a piece to the bottom, goes into the middle. Grab a piece of hair, add it to that top section, and it goes under and in the middle. Switch hands, grab some hair, it goes under and in the middle. And we're almost out of hair, so we're going to grab that piece to the top. Oh. It goes under and in the middle. And now I have no more hair, so I'm just going to take that bottom section and just keep going under, middle, under, middle, under, middle, until you're all done. And now you can let go of this hair. And now that your braid is all done, at this point for the Dutch braid, you can expand your braid out, start at the bottom, pull some pieces out to make it a little bit fuller, and you can do as much or as little as you want. And then pull the hair back. I got a nice cute little clip. And there we go. There's my fun little braid. Just enough to keep your hair out of your face, looking cute. What do you think? It's hard to see on the side. Okay, so now we're gonna comb that out. And we're just going to do the same thing, and I'm going to demonstrate a French braid. Practice makes perfect, so I just want to encourage you that take the time to learn it. Don't get hard on yourself if you can't master it in your first attempt. I know I've taken a ton of updo classes, and it's not going to happen overnight. So practice makes perfect. Remember that. Okay, so now for the French braid, we're going to basically do the exact same thing, but we're going to go over. So our top section goes over into the middle, and our bottom section goes over and in the middle. Let me get a little bit closer. Oh, grabbing extra hair. Okay, adjust your hands. You're going to grab a piece of hair to that top piece, and you're going to go over and in the middle. Switch your pieces. Grab some hair to that bottom piece, and you're going over and in the middle. Grab some hair, add it to that top. It's going over and in the middle. Grab some hair to that bottom piece. You're going over and in the middle. Grab hair to that top piece, goes over and in the middle. Okay, and over and in the middle. Okay, so now we're out of hair, so we're just going to keep going to the end. Over in the middle, over middle, over to the middle. And now I can pull my little clip and pull it there, and there you go. There's your French braid. A little bit tighter. Oop, I got a little bump. So that's something to keep in mind. Where your hand positioning is where the braid is going to go. So if I'm going down, the braid is going down. So when I want to push it back, it's got this little hump. So with me doing a braid back, it's hard because I'm trying to display it to you. But ideally my hand position should be going back to this point. So then the braid does push to the side a little bit easier. But I'm just trying to get you to see my hand positioning in this section. I'm not worried about the beauty of the braid at this point. I'm just trying to show you how to do your sectioning. So there you go. There is your braid tutorial and the differences between a French braid and a Dutch braid. If you have any questions, please let me know. And if you have any suggestions on my next tutorial, please let me know. You can email me at hairbymelissanovak@hotmail.com, and you can find me at social media, Facebook, Instagram, all at hairbymelissanovak. Thank you. Thanks for joining.